In this video, we're going to show you how to install the oil pressure switch on your Subaru Legacy located underneath your alternator. With the hood open, we want to remove this cover and this cover. There's three 10mm bolts. Set that cover aside. Using a 12mm socket, want to loosen this bolt here. This bracket should pivot up and slide up and off. Use our 12mm socket, shallow, and we're going to loosen up this bolt right here going through the tensioner block. And we're just going to loosen that. We don't have to remove it. Let's go ahead and loosen up this 12mm adjuster bolt right here. You can see that alternator is dropping there quite a bit. And when you pull this off, this belt goes on our alternator, our power steering, and our crank or harmonic balancer. Pull that off. Now we need to remove this bolt here. This bolt does go through the bracket and the alternator. If you have to, you can put a gear wrench on there and spin that off. I'm trying to spin that out by hand. Now when this bolt comes out, it's going to be a washer with it. I'll leave that resting there. Right here we have this other bolt. There's a locking nut on the other side. I'm going to show you that in just a moment. So remove the bolt with the washers, and on the other side there's this little bracket. It goes on just like so. There's that. Here it comes. And just spin that off to the side like so. And right here is our oil pressure switch. I want to go ahead and remove this wire off of this. And it just presses onto a spade connector right there. Just tuck that off to the side. All right, now we're going to use a 15/16 deep socket to go ahead and remove this here. I should eventually get to a point where you can spin that out by hand, just like so. Now before installing the unit here, we want to go ahead and use some thread tape or some sort of sealant on there, on the threads. And go ahead and line this up and go ahead to start to thread that in. Now the replacement component uses a 1-inch socket, not the 15/16 we previously used. Let's go ahead and snug that down. Now you're going to start to feel that snug down. And get a little bit tighter. And you don't have to go super tight. I'm going to go just a little bit more. I'm going to put that spade connector in the same position that the old one was. Just a little bit more. There it is right there. Go ahead and grab that connector right here. Now line that up and push that on. Make sure that's secured. Let's go ahead and lower our alternator down in a position. Now once this bolt goes through, we're then going to install our bracket. It's our little locking nut here. We're not going to tighten it. We now want to go ahead and bring our alternator down, and we need to get our bolt installed into the bracket right here. I'm going to feed that into the alternator. All right, let's go ahead and get our belt installed. Now installing your belt, Ideally, I like to have the labels and everything facing out towards you. It's not necessary, but it's always a good practice to get into. Okay, run that belt around the power steering. Run that around the harmonic balancer or crankshaft. All right, we have our belt on. Let's go ahead and tighten down the tensioner here. And what we're looking for is about a 1/2 inch of deflection each way on the largest portion of the belt. That's perfect right there. Now let's go ahead and tighten down the tensioner here and locking the alternator into place. Let's go ahead and tighten this down. Once it's bottomed out, give it a little bit more. You do want to make sure it's good and tight. Double check those belts. Everything is perfect. Go ahead and install our cover here. The bracket itself goes underneath the first washer, but in front of the back washer. Lower this down and install the bolt in the top portion here. Let's go ahead and snug down the alternator bolt. We'll make sure that's good and snug. Go ahead and install the plastic cover. All right, let's go ahead and snug everything down. Just snug them down gently.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.